Welcome to step 3. Well, if you have purchased a domain name and also you have purchased the web hosting, then congratulations. You're almost finished configuring the linkage between the two things. This step will help you understand how do you link a domain name with the web hosting. Because we purchased our domain name at GoDaddy and we have purchased our web hosting at HostGator. Now our website files are sitting at HostGator, right? And the domain name is sitting at GoDaddy. So how do you link these two things is what we're going to learn in this step. This is an important configuration, and once this configuration is being done, typically it will take from 6 hours to 12 hours or maybe 24 hours to reflect the change. So make sure you do it in advance before you try it out, because once you make the change, it's not reflected immediately. It will take some time to reflect the change. Then we will understand where in GoDaddy you have to log in and make this change, and where the details that you can find from HostGator to update in the GoDaddy. Okay, all those things are discussed in detail, and also it will show you the emails that we receive from HostGator and all the details of configuration that we receive in the email as well. And there is no download section or the exercise section, but we'll continue along, and whenever there's an exercise section, I'll highlight that for you. Okay, so I am in the HostGator customer portal. So what we will do here is we will configure our domain name with the web hosting. So the reason we purchase domain name at GoDaddy and the hosting at HostGator is to show you this configuration. This is a very important configuration, and it will solve many of your questions. How basically your website is being routed to HostGator, right? Because HostGator is just hosting your files, but when someone types your host name in the browser, how it gets redirected to your site, that's the configuration we're going to understand now. So before that, you need to know what is the name servers, a name given to your server, right? Which is simple as name server. So if you go to my account, go to packages, you can see your name servers here. Okay, you don't need IP address, you need a name server. Okay, and the other thing is we also received an email from HostGator, and they have already told you that what is the name server that you can use. Okay, so let's configure this in our GoDaddy dashboard. So let's go and log in GoDaddy. So I'll get an SMS for it. So let's verify and then log in into GoDaddy. Okay, so we have our domain, and what we need to do is we need to point this domain to this WordPress installation, and whenever we type our domain name, instead of showing GoDaddy, we should be able to see our WordPress site. Okay, let's go and do that. So that's called as DNS settings. Click on DNS. It's basically a domain name service. Okay, it's a naming service. So that's where we point to our name server. Okay, you see the NS here, two NSS here. Or basically the name servers are here. You can even, there's no edit option here, but there's a change option here. So let's go to name servers, NS name servers. So here your name server is pointing to domaincontrol.com. So let's change that. We say custom. Okay, we will add this domain names. So what I'm doing is I'm changing the name server of my domain from GoDaddy to hostname. So I'm saying instead of go to GoDaddy, please go to HostGator. And HostGator told me these are the two name servers that you can use, and when the traffic comes to this servers, then I'll redirect to your WordPress site. Okay, let's paste this. If you're still confused, you have to go to DNS management. It's a menu here, DNS, and you make sure this is your website. Don't change for, if you have multiple website, don't change for something else. Make sure your website is visible. For that specific website, you go to name servers, change the name servers type to custom, and add the name server as per you have seen in your dashboard. It's not mandatory that you should see the same numbers. You may have a different numbers depending on which server you're using, but this you can find under the packages in my account, or you have already received an email. In that email also they'll mention what is the name server. Okay, so this configuration we are doing in GoDaddy, so you can just save this. You can see the name servers has been updated to a custom name servers and is pointing to HostGator. So your domain name is pointing to this name servers on which we have our WordPress installed. Okay, so this will take time to propagate, means it will take time to reflect when someone type your host name, when someone type your domain name, to reflect to point to this. It will take some time, so you have to wait for at least maybe couple of hours to see this reflected. Okay, but we will try to log in from our dashboard, from HostGator dashboard, and see whether we are able to log in into WordPress. And if you look at the hosting plan, the WordPress is already installed. You don't have to do anything, because that's the beauty of using the WordPress hosting plan. You see, WordPress is installed, if you have noticed it, and we haven't done anything. I mean, we just purchased it. We told them this is the website I'm going to use, and HostGator has done all the configuration for us. It has installed WordPress, it has set up the database, it has set up so many things inside, right? And it's just, you haven't even done anything. So the only thing that you do is you log in into WordPress, change the password, and start building your website. So it's so clean that it basically does everything for us. So the first thing, once the settings has been done, is you manage the WordPress. So this way of logging into WordPress is you're logging from the portal dashboard, the HostGator dashboard. Let's try if this works. You see, this is an SSO. SSO is single sign-on. So it's redirecting your page to WordPress. Okay, it's trying to connect to your WordPress site. Oh, there it is. There it is. You see, we are in our makewpwebsite.com, right? And this is a WordPress. So welcome to WordPress, and this is your first screen, maybe the first time you're seeing WordPress, and you see the steps is so simple. We haven't done anything. Is most of the thing till here, you're still just clicking here and clicking there and trying to understand, fitting things together, and then you're trying to configure things. So this is the welcome page of WordPress. So I hope you have reached till here, and a couple of things we have achieved. We have created a domain name, we have purchased the hosting plan, WordPress hosting plan, then also we have linked up our domain name with the hosting plan, and then now we have login into our dashboard. So I'm going to show you what you need to do first, how to log in and log out of the WordPress. Before that, I will show you a couple of things, what you need to do, how you will change your password, and then we will try to re-log in into it. Then we'll see how my image has already been displayed here. Maybe it's not displayed for you, and I'm going to show you how you're going to do that.